broken entertainment. Today I want to talk about creator professionalism. And there's this tendency in our current entertainment for the quote-unquote creators to say stupid crap to their fans. And it started kind of in the comic book and film industries, but it's really permeated all of it. You know, we've seen George R. R. Martin call people on the internet assholes for ribbing him about his book not being out after 10 freaking years. We've seen all kinds of stuff. And it makes you kind of go, man, what happened? Like, we used to have a pretty good amount of professionalism in our entertainment. I'm not saying it was perfect, but the other thing it does is it shows for us where we need to go as future creators, as people who will make the next wave of entertainment, because we know that this current form of our entertainment is breaking down. So as independent creators, as we go out there and we create stuff, we need to take lessons from where we can. And this is a very good example, because we criticize our modern entertainment, so we have to be better than our modern entertainment. And this comes from Bounding into Comics. It's also on Bleeding Cool rather. It's from a couple days ago. But DC Comics artist Bryan Hitch responds to criticism of his Infinite Frontier #1 variant cover by telling fans to F off. I mean, come on. And this is a great example of why Twitter is horrible. But you're a comic book artist, man. The comic book industry is dying. And you're telling people to F off? Like, creators cannot do this. Creators now can't do this. Future indie creators can't do this. Current indie creators can't do this. And Bryan Hitch should know better. If you put something out there, there will always be people who say stupid crap about it. It's just how it works. And it's annoying and nobody likes it, but it's how it works. It's how the game is played, because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like what you're doing. And the correct thing to do, the right thing to do, is to not respond. When you have people joking around or trolling you or saying stuff like that, just don't say anything. It's Twitter, who cares? And it's tempting sometimes to say something, and sometimes it might make you angry. But we have to be better than that. And part of the problem with our current entertainment is that nobody is being better than that. And part of that is social media. All of a sudden, people have more access, creators have more access to fans, but fans also have more access to creators. So the creators are seeing more of this, whereas before it might have been filtered through, critics or articles in a newspaper or something. Now it's all right there. And some of them they just can't stand it. You criticize Charlie's Angels and they tell you, well, it's your fault because you're a man. You criticize Star Wars and they call you an ist and a phobe, right? We have the right to criticize as fans, and we have the right to receive that criticism as creators, but we cannot, as creators, lash out. And it's very simple. It's called professionalism. Let it go. But let's go ahead and we'll get into this article a little bit. In the latest example of disdain for readers that has become increasingly common amongst comic book industry professionals, prominent comic book artist Bryan Hitch recently responded to criticism of his Infinite Frontier #1 variant cover by inviting fans critical of his artwork to F off. Here's the picture. Here's the picture. And they're making fun of his hair, for the most part. Also, what I would point out is that the cape looks bad, and the arms are in weird positions that don't work, but it's the hair. I mean, look at it. I can see why it got criticism. I can see why people made fun of it. So let's Let's go ahead and look at what they said. So, variant cover featuring Calvin Ellis. And I get it, it's hard to come up with hairstyles. You know, and there's so many examples of comic characters, video game characters especially, where the hairstyles are a little eh. But this is pretty bad. I mean, let's be honest. It looks bad. It looks dumb. Following the cover's debut, many fans began to criticize Hitch for his depiction of Ellis's hairstyle. They took particular note of both his side points that they believed were unnecessary given his lack of widow's peak and just how far back his hairline went. So here's some Twitter examples. You know, the art is good, but the hairline, though, is pushed back higher than LeBron's. What self-respecting black man walking out of the barbershop looking like this? What the heck is up with that hairline? You know, these are light comments. They're jokes. They're just people going, that hair is goofy. And he responds with, you lot can F off. You can't do that. And this is a great example of why our modern entertainment is crashing and burning. Because these people, these creators, pick an industry. They respond very negatively to fans. They blame fans when things don't go right. They yell at fans. They lecture fans. They tell people how to live their lives. Sometimes they go after them. And we've seen all these examples. This is just the latest one. You're part of an industry that's dying, man. You gotta be better than that. And we, as indie creators, and as the future of entertainment, we have to be better than that. People are gonna come at you. People are gonna say, this is stupid. I don't like this. This is dumb. This is the worst written thing I've ever seen. They're gonna say bad things, and sometimes it's gonna piss us off, or it's going to make us feel bad. But if you're going to put yourself out there, you got to be ready for it. And you just have to take a step back. So the best advice I can give, the best warning I can give is do not be on Twitter. And I'd even go so far as to say don't be on social media, period. Instagram, whatever. But with stuff like Instagram, you know, you got to find a picture kind of, you know, Instagram is a little bit better than Twitter, but any of those instant response platforms, when you get attacked by fans, you got to stop yourself. And if you want to say something, what Bryan Hitch could have said, what he should have said if he wanted to say something at all, thank you for the criticism. Even though he may not feel thanks, it's immediately disarming. And it's professional. We have to interact with our fans better. We cannot point out these people, say you're calling people ists and phobes, say you're a bunch of agenda-driven SJWs, say all these things, and then turn around and do the same thing. And Bryan Hitch is not an indie creator by any means. I'm just using him as an example. Those of us who are going forward to be indie creators, those of us who already are indie creators, this is an example of how not to behave. Be professional, be respectful, and you will have fans. I am all about respect on this channel. In terms of respecting the fans. You cannot disrespect fans to me. It is one of the worst things you can do. And it's one of the things that immediately sets me off on somebody. Is when they disrespect their fans. That's why I made George R. R. Martin videos. Because he disrespected his fans. Never mind that I think waiting 10 years to publish a book is a form of disrespect for your fans to begin with. That's why I watched Godzilla vs. Kong, because the director respected the fans. That's why I watched the Snyder Cut, because Zack Snyder respected the fans up to that point. If you respect fans, if you treat them well, if you interact with them well, you will have them. If you don't, you will lose them. And yes, people are going to come at you. Don't be like Bryan Hitch. That's what I'm saying. Either say nothing or say thank you for the criticism. But this is the perfect example of where our entertainment sits right now. You can come up with countless examples all day long of these creators who treat fans like crap because they just assume you're going to be there. Oh, you're going to buy my stuff anyway. I can say what I want. You're just a consumer. No, they're fans. And more than that, fans are people. And therefore deserve your respect. They're giving you their time and money. So in return, show some respect and some professionalism. So let me know what you think of Bryan Hitch's behavior in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of professionalism and entertainment as it stands right now in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.